Next, we're going to be talking about our Keeping It Simple Sew Along, and we'll be joined by Alyssa, who put that one together.
Okay, so next up is our KISS Sew Along. So the KISS Sew Along is the Keeping It Simple Sew Along. So this is also a monthly one that we do alongside of our main sew along. It's slightly...
It's more different because you have to stick to the rules. You have to just make what we've made. We're not like going crazy. If we've made a purse, you make a purse. If you make a handbag, you've got a handbag. So that's a really important rule within this group.
So the KISS Sew Along is also aimed more towards beginners or people just getting into embroidery. They might not have as much experience. So it's a really good way to learn a more simple design than maybe the main monthly sew along, as well as pick up on some new techniques and use some different materials they might not have used in the past. We are also joined by Alyssa. She's our next special guest. So Alyssa is our machine embroidery technician who worked on testing this design. And she's made a couple of very nice versions of this design. She's just going to tell us some of the features and some tips and tricks that she has for all of you with this particular design.
Yeah, so this is the first sample that I stitched up. It's more of a purpley pink version, and I made this one in the 6x10 hoop size. So that's the back, and this clutch has no zipper inside and features beautiful quilting on the base, and then our flap, and we've added mylar into ours.
And this one's also created, the flap is made on a wash-away stabiliser.
Yes, it is.
So it gives it that real butterfly look.
Yeah, and then one tip that I did have was to hoop up your stabiliser really well, and to make sure that you're using pins when hooping, because there is quite a lot of embroidery in this design and you don't want it to all scrunch up.
So when you say to stabilise correctly, that's what you mean is to pin your stabiliser into the hoop.
Into the hoop,
Yeah,
yes.
make sure it's secure so there's no slippage.
Yeah.
And that just stops it from moving?
It does, yeah. Nice. I did have that problem and I had to restitch, so.
Yes, we changed a few things.
Yeah, I think that's a really good tip, especially because this design, the flap, is quite stitch intensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this bag can also be made without the loops at the top, so you can add a strap like we have with this bluer version, or you can just
leave them off completely.
Leave it off and have it as a little purse.
And so the difference between these two versions is you've done one with just the fabric and then you've also done one with mylar.
Yeah, I for this purse I really liked this fabric here and I didn't want to cover it with mylar, so I left it off.
And you can see with both versions, they both have this stippling stitch on top. And so that's a really important feature as well, because it's obviously there for the fabric only version, but it's very important if you choose to do the mylar version as well, because if you're ever going to use mylar, you need to make sure that there is that stippling down, stitch down to just
any
keep
sort of
it.
Close quilting, you need to keep it in the actual hoop, otherwise it'll just fall out. So this little clutch comes in the 5x7, the 6x10, which is our sample size, and the 7x12. And that's a really great size for an everyday use or a party or anything like that.
This is a 6x10 size.
And so you don't need to add in tabs, do you? You could just use it as a traditional clutch that you carry in your hand.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep. So, but we have added the tabs to this design and so this is one of our faux leathers that we've used. And a really good thing about using the faux leather or our cork for tabs is that you don't have to sew the edges.
It does create more stability if you do fold them over and do 2 layers. But I mean, for our samples, they're not getting a ton of use. So if you're using it at home, we do kind of suggest you doing a proper loop for your...
That's also good to know.
Yeah. Otherwise, like, they can stretch and they can, the longevity might be less.
Yeah, that's actually true, because if you're making your own straps and it's a bag you want to use all the time, you want to make it as sturdy as possible.
Yeah, even my bags that have been purchased from stores, you need to make sure the quality's there otherwise.
And this is obviously just a store-bought strap that Alyssa's added to this design. So you don't have to make your own you can buy them or you can find them from a thrift shop.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Off an old bag, which I really like that idea too.
That's where a few of ours have come from. Alison brought in all of her old handbags and we printed them. And then this sample is done with our purple metallic.
Now we're going to have a look at 3 images that we've, again, taken from our KISS Facebook group. These are just some of the designs that have been posted by our customers and the people in the groups. So we're just going to go through them and let you know why we like those ones as well. The first project that we've pulled out of our Facebook group has been submitted by Magella Albion. She's made a beautiful purse in blues, purples, and I think silver colours. It looks like she might have added a wrist strap to this one. I really love the colours in this one, and the silvery touch is very elegant.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, that one's very pretty.
Thank you for sharing that one, Magella. So the next one we've pulled out of the group is a submission from Joyce Howarth. Joyce has made a very different looking bag to the one we just saw. This one, and that's probably why I like this design so much, because it's very versatile and just changing different colours can make it look so different. So Joyce has used more of, like, I would say, autumnal colours.
Warm colours.
Warm
Warm
colours.
colours.
And it might, I could be wrong, but it looks like she might have used some of the Sweet Pea faux leather in this one as well. It looks completely different, like a different butterfly even.
Yeah.
And so I've seen a lot of people who are basing it looks like they've got their inspiration from actual butterflies in the wild as well, which is really cool to see.
That's why I love these designs as well, because this one's kind of like a Ulysses butterfly. That's my favourite butterfly. And I said to Alyssa, please make the blue.
I did Google that butterfly.
Yeah. That one's really pretty, but that one's gorgeous as well for that.
Yeah, I love the warm colours. Very pretty.
And the next one?
The next one that we have is a submission by Laura Carnley. Laura is one of our moderators in the Facebook groups and she does a great job. She also takes beautiful pictures and creates beautiful projects. So again, this one is probably more of a, would you say, neutrally colours, this one?
Yeah, with a pop of light blue.
With the blue really
that
stands
really
out. So I think this one again is, I think Laura's probably used some of our Sweet Pea faux leathers in this one.
Like it, yeah.
You can definitely see the metallic rose gold, the aqua faux leather, and then some of our brown faux leathers. And then she's used a store-bought or a thrifted strap chain for this bag as well. So that's, as you can see, again, they all look completely different and they all look very different to the ones that we've made as well. And that's the beauty of our designs. You can personalize them.
She's also left off the quilting off some of the appliques
where that
as well.
mylar would be stepped.
Oh, she has too.
Yeah, so it makes
Make
it completely different. Yeah.
So she's removed the stippling. Okay.
Where the mylar would be.
Yeah.
You can see that's not there in this one.
That looks just as good.
Still looks beautiful. And then we have there were a lot to choose from for this design. So another one that we've all really liked was one by, actually there's 4. There's 4 have been submitted by Shauna Frey Snipes. She says she has a serious case of the butterflies, and I would agree with her. It looks like she's made 4 of the bags, and I think she's made 3 out of the 4 with mylar, and then she's made the black and white one without mylar. And again, as you can see, they all look very, very different.
I think that one's my favourite, the one with the zebra print.
The black and white, the black and white is
unique.
Very unique, and I think probably very versatile as well to wear out.
Yeah, and she's even said in her post that she's already got a plan for one of the bags to go out and wear. So that's really nice too.
Nice. Great to see. That's it for the Kiss Sew Along this month, and just a big thank you to Alyssa for joining us as a guest.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure we'll see you again for another one.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.